Well, we landed and we are here, and we're just unpacking the toboggans now, packing them up to start walking to town. You see. So these toboggans, they roll up so that they can fit inside the big bags for transportation. And then when you get out of the airport, unroll them, tie all your stuff down to it, and then you just start walking. So we've got Jason's, Riam's, mine, and then Matt, Dave and Julie over there. And it's just the same type of plastic. It looks quite similar to those blue water barrels that you get down at allotments. That's a similar type of plastic. But all of them have been handmade by us, riveted with straps to cinch all the kit down. So yeah, let's go into town. Woohoo! So we are just on our way from the airport to the Kitila town centre, I guess, where the supermarket shops are, just to stock up on some food that we weren't allowed to bring over. Since the UK is out of the EU, there are now more restrictions on meat products, things like that. So we were able to bring a lot of the staple things, pastas, rices, but anything like meat, even milk powder, we need to get from this supermarket first. So it's a 3-mile 5k trek from the airport to the centre where the supermarket is. We'll stop off, we'll get our supplies, and then it's another 5k 3-mile trek from the supermarket to our camp. So Gary, Pete and Susanna are already there. Susanna landed yesterday. Pete and Gary have been there for a few more days, so they've been able to get a nice spot set out, lay out some track markers to make it easier for when we arrive. So we will meet up with them and start setting everything up. It's about I think it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, Finland time, so 8 o'clock UK time, and so nearly at the supermarket. But stock up another hour or so to the camp, so hopefully we'll be there around dinner time, get set up, get some food on, and then start making it look pretty, I guess. Start finessing everything. But yeah, it's good. What was funny, so we keep on getting looks off, well, the people in Finland, who I would have thought this was more normal to them, but I guess not. And we're coming through the airport, obviously wearing some of our more bulkier things, so we didn't have to. Oh, 1 second. There we go, sorry. The the road we're walking down sometimes gets a bit narrow, and being near an airport and a ski centre, there's lots of coaches going past now and again. Oh. It's alright, it's okay. You keep walking. No, it's fine, keep walking it'll straighten itself up. I think it's because there's a bit of a slope, I think, but they're all right, they're okay. So yeah, we were going through customs, and there's the security guards behind the desk checking the passports, and everywhere you go they're supposed to look not necessarily intimidating, but they're always wary, trying to catch the bad guys. So they always start off as, where are you going, where have you come from, all very serious. And then they get to the question, and what are you doing while you're staying here? And our answer was camping, and their voices suddenly changed it. Camping? You're going camping? Almost in disbelief. So these hard, serious guys behind the desk suddenly became very interested in the sort of stuff we were doing. And then we got outside the airport, and a bushcraft, a local bushcraft instructor was what are you guys doing? You're going camping? And he does like have groups out here, leads people, but even he was interested in the different things that we do, like the toboggans. What's that? Hammock. A hammock? Oh yeah, someone's got a hammock in the woods. Don't know if I'll be able to zoom in on that one. Yeah. So yeah, it's just interesting to see that we even surprise the people who live here. Much better. Nice path to follow off the road and away from the well, you know, as we got onto this path, snowplows started going past, like chucking snow everywhere. I'm like, good thing we weren't on the road anymore. But we knew about this path, but it was just a case of getting to it. So this is a lot easier. Absolutely beautiful. So after importance of stripping off. So after a bit of the walk, starting to get a bit warm. Don't want to start sweating too much, so pulled over, taking some layers off, packing them away, get ready to go again. The last thing you want is to build up sweat, and that's why we do layers. So we've grabbed our supplies from the little supermarket. It's more of a hardware store than a supermarket, so it had bits in, but we're going to take... Is that yours? Yeah. Alright, we're going to take a trip tomorrow to the main supermarket in town for more major things. So now we're on the kind of side road that comes off the main road, not as busy. And we're just making our way to the GPS point that tells us to come off the main road and onto the path that leads us to camp. So, sorry I'm a bit out of breath. It's a bit of a hard slog. It's only -5, which isn't... Oh, bus, 1 second.
Good teamwork, that.
Yeah. Let's watch this bus go fast. Always slowing down. Good bus. We like you, bus. Okay. So -5 means the snow is quite sticky, wet. So it's sticking to the sleds. And instead, if it was a lot colder, -10, -15, it's better. Which sounds wrong. but the snow doesn't stick, it's a lot drier, and the swans just glide over it. Had to strip a few layers off, which is good. That's what the layering system does. You get cold, you put more layers on. You get warm, you take more layers off. So at the minute, I'm only in a t-shirt and a thin fleece and my Swedish snow smock just to keep the snow off. Other than that, I'm quite warm, just trying to manage it. I'm not doing too much at once to keep the sweat down, because you don't want to sweat, because if that gets cold and that freezes, then you'll be cold. So I'll check in again once we are at the turning point. But for now, you can have this view. There's the team in front. I'm at the back because I've got the high vis on, just for any cars that may go past. There we go. So, bit of a change. Okay. Well, there's a couple in the group who kind of had a few tweaks of the hip and kind of flagging a bit. So we're still about 3 miles, 5k away from where Gary and Pete are. So we're doing a change of plan. Three of the guys out of our party of 6 have been here a few times, and they remember their spot from last time. So a bit of a change to the plan. We've let Gary and Pete know that we're going to do a cold camp tonight, just bivvying out. We might put up the tent, we might not, but we definitely won't be using the stoves today. But yeah, I think it's just to keep everybody safe. Either we wouldn't have made it and then we'd be in a position where we didn't know where to go, or it's just been paused for a second, or we keep on going and someone gets hurt. So keep everyone safe. Let's go to a spot we already know and then make the rest of the journey tomorrow. So we're just off on this side track now. Oh, this looks fucking amazing. Snowshoe time. Just can't find my dog collars in one of the bags somewhere. Oh, this is tricky work with the toboggan. Even with the snowshoes, it's still unlevel. Not far to go. It's trying to pull the toboggan makes me press down harder into the oh, come on, keep going. There. Hi Gary, Pete and Susanna. Everything's fine, but we have stopped off and we're going to be camping here for the night, because we are about 5 kilometers away from the camp. We're about halfway between that department store in the corner and the what 3 words turn off for the camp, so about halfway in between those. It just got a bit too much for some of us. Jason's hip isn't the best at the minute. He's tweaked it a little bit as he's been walking. He's absolutely fine. Just needs to rest it. And Matt, Dave, and Riam managed to find the spot that they camped in on one of the previous trips here. So we're in a space that we know, easy to get to from the main road. We had 2 choices. We could either carry on and potentially risk either Jason's hip getting worse or something else happening, and then not being able to make it to a spot that we're comfortable knowing, or we choose to stop now, rest up, and then join you tomorrow. So for the I don't know, safety, well-being of the group, we chose to stop off, and then we'll join you tomorrow. But like I said, and for anybody else, for any partners or anything, everybody's absolutely fine. I'll take you to the camp. So we are divvying out. Riam's got his setup there. I've got my Pringles, so I'm fine. And then we've got two bigger. Bit of snow on my head then. 2 bigger tarps there for us all to sleep down. We've dug a fire pit. We've got some dead standing wood ready to go. So we're just all getting sorted. So we're absolutely fine. We're gonna have some food, but we just thought it would be best to stop off and then join you tomorrow. Okay.
No, I'm going to take them off, but I'm only going to do that just when we leave. Because at the moment, if I take off, I'm going to get shot.
Yeah. Oh. I'm going to take my jumper off, but I'm going to put it in my little rucksack.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. This is race now.
Right, guys.
Yeah.
Is there any more water in?
Got left.
Well, we're finally heading into the original camp spot after last night's pit stop. I mean, we had a great night, got down to, well, -11, which was good. It kind of a nice trial by fire, I suppose, without the stoves and everything. It just, I don't know, let us test out that all of our kit. Bigger dependency on not just putting stuff down and leaving it, keeping an eye on where everything is, because you just lose it. But yeah, it was good. So just heading into the camp now. That's the guys behind us to set up our camp for where we're going to be for the rest of the week. Finally. So we're now at our camp spot, and we've flattened down our space for the tent there. Got some snowball soup on, eat some peanuts, get some energy before putting the tent up. Oh, here we go. This is just a quick peek inside the tent on an evening. Yeah, I'm just doing a bit of a recording. So we've got my mutlux, Matt's pack boots, because I've got my pack boots on and he's got his mutlux on. Most important thing, pee bottle. It's a saviour in the night. Needed a stick to hold up the tent because of the snow. A few bags at the back to stop me sliding against the canvas. There, so the back of the tent is my sleeping. I've got my Canada J sleeping bag and the X-Bed down mat, and then a little sit pad here, reindeer skin. Well, no, sorry, not reindeer skin, just deer skin. And then along one side is Matt's Matt with his Wiggies bag, his belt kit on there. Okay, we've got the stove going at the minute, some burgers on. There we go. And then, crucial part is our drying line at the top. So you can see we've got loads of things hung up, either drying or...
bloody.
You're going for 50 Shades of Fanta? So we've got some drying lines and just organisation around, because keeping your admin sorted is very important. And if I'm going to be honest, mine hasn't been the best. Matt's kept on top of me on that, but that's why it's a team effort. Let me just turn these over before I forget. Looking good, looking good. In fact, let me put the cheese on. However it melts, it all goes in the same hole. But yeah, it's just quite handy to be able to hang stuff up. You know where it is. It's not going to get lost in the mix of bags and things down here. But like I said, I've got to improve on that. But yeah, just thought I'd show you inside. We've got some spruce boughs down on the floor. The snow that you can see isn't the snow underneath, it's fresh snow that kind of flew in today. But this has been very, very good. So this is our cold well. So if I just come out a little bit, you can see how it all works. Oh. So if I take you into our camp, so we've got the Scorpion CVRT army tent. We've not got it baker tent style, we've just got a stick propped up just to let a bit of cool air in, because it gets way too hot when it's fully down. So we're just propping that open. So we've got our little step down into our cold well. Important to have a cold well because it's where the cold sinks down, instead of staying where you are sleeping. So if I just crouch down a little bit, you can see a bit further in. So our cold well is in the middle. We've got the stove just over to the right, to the left, and then we've got some space behind it for wood, pots and pans, and other bits, axes, saws, things we need to get to. On the right hand side, down the side, is where Matt's sleeping, and I'm at the back there. And then if we walk around, we've got the side, so we've set up a tarp at the side for all of our bags and wood storage there, and then we put up another tarp just above the tent just to help with, oh sorry, my phone's in the way, just to help with any snow just sliding off. And then you can see the stovepipe coming out there. So here's another view around camp just at night time. So there's Dave and Julie's tent, Reem and Jason's just in the background there, and the communal fire pit circle over there, which I think Matt's got going, which I might have to have a wander out later to have a look at, have a sit around. And then a bit further on is Susanna's tent, and then a bit further on behind the trees is Gary and Pete's setup, which I'll take you around tomorrow. But yeah, this is where we're staying, guys. This is night time in Kittilä, in Kittilä, in the boreal forest in northern Finland, in the Arctic Circle. There we are. Oh, right, let's sit down here and enjoy this mess of cheese and burgers. Oh, look at that. That is what you need. Right, catch you in a bit. Well, we are all finally set up. We're just currently in the tent. It's not night time. Well, it is getting dark now outside, but just because we're in the tent, it's so dark. But we have the fire on, and we also have some snowball soup on, which is just melting water, melting snow. So we're going to have some food, have something to drink, and then there may be a communal meal later on, and hopefully if it stays clear we might get some views of the northern lights as well, because it was quite cloudy last night and it's supposed to be a lot clearer tonight, which would be fantastic. So we'll see. Oh, gosh. Oh my goodness.
A bit brighter than last time, aren't they?
Yeah, slightly.
Wow.
Wow. Oh.
Absorb that power.
Look at it shimmering again. Look at it moving.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh. That is incredible. It's literally the whole sky. Wow.
Oh my god, I've got it on video.
It's picking it up on video. That is unreal. That is absolutely unreal.
Oh, for gods!
Yeah. It's moving.
Look at them.
Oh.
Can you see?
Yeah,
Can you see
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at them.
Read it.
Wow.
They actually spirits. Oh,
That is insane. Isn't it?
Well, not been able to record everything. A few things have happened. So it's currently Tuesday, and last night we had the Northern Lights, and when I say the Northern Lights, it was the most amazing. I mean, I've never seen them before, but the most amazing Northern Lights I've ever seen, compared to the ones like I've seen on video. So I managed to get a few videos of those, loads of pictures. It was just amazing. And then we got down to -20 last night around the campfire. That was a surprise. We didn't even notice. We were so giddy with the Northern Lights and warm with the fire. And I took a walk back to the tent, looked at the thermometer, and it said -20. So Northern Lights, -20. Had a good night's sleep. Needed to get up for a wee, but and that was quite hard. That was really hard to get out of my nice sleeping bag. And then woke up this morning, and it's -25. So, there's I've not been videoing as much because there's a lot of things you need to do to look after yourself and stay warm. So there's been priorities. Hats off to the people who who do this on YouTube regularly. Whether you're just extremely hardcore or whether you've got a nice warm yurt to go back to, I don't know. But yeah, it's tricky, and the power banks, if you don't keep an eye on them, they just go straight down to zero. So I've got one in my bag now, but it's got some hand pocket warmers in to keep it and my phone warm. What else can I say? What else have we done this morning? Had some porridge, put some cranberries in, lit the stove. Need to do a bit more admin-y stuff today to get the tent sorted out. With the delayed kind of arrival at the main camp, we were a bit behind on making sure everything was nice and neat, and it's a massive necessity to have everything in order. If you need to get to your gloves, your hat, when you need to, yeah. I had a bit of not a scare with my feet this morning, but changing from my pack boots into my mucklucks and taking my foot out of the pack boot a bit too preemptive, and then having to mess around with my mucklucks, and then my toes started to get a tiny bit cold. Well, not a tiny bit cold, they got cold, they got numb. Had to warm them up, get the stove going, get them warmed up, but they were fine. But it just shows you, like, minus 25, you take your feet out, you take your hands out for a second, or if you're not ready to put your thicker mittens or gloves on, then you can get into trouble. But anyway, absolutely fine. Jason is fine. He got quite cold last night, but Susanna looked after. Susanna is a amazing person with so much experience, so much knowledge, so much expertise in this area. So yeah, he was in good hands. But my God, those Northern Lights were something else, and this place is something else. Look at that, and the sun is just coming up. And it's funny because I don't know if it's picking up in the camera, but or sorry, in the audio, you can hear there's a local dog sledding company a few miles away, but you can hear them. You can hear the dogs howling. Not in the night; it's not keeping us up or anything. But yeah, it's quite cool to hear them. So yeah, so we are heading into town now, pick up a few more supplies. I'm hopefully going to be able to go for number 2 because I'm not as brave as some of the other guys doing it, especially in minus 25. Maybe in a couple of days when it's a bit warmer, I might have another go. But yeah, I'm chickening out of that one. But I'd really want to try the snow wedges, so we'll see. But yeah, I need a bit of comfort right now. So check in with you later.
Oh, nearly. Let's not give up.
That was the best one.
Let's not give up. Topio, Kitos Topio.
There we go. Come on. Right, okay. You got something else? You got another feather?
Put it down. Not on. Another.
Get your other feather on.
This one on.
Yes.
Back on there. Yeah, just get some across there.
Yeah.
Small bits. Sorry.
Oh, top marks for him. Well done.
I had to show off because you're my mate.
Excellent.
It shows you that old man's beard like, and it does work if
Yeah.
you keep persistent with
Yeah.
it.
Get a big enough bundle.
Yeah, and luckily enough we had the right temperatures to...
Yeah. Yo! Does it still have a coffee bag at the bottom?
2.
Ah, nice. So what's this one?
This
Wolverine.
What was the other one back there?
Looks more like fox.
And it's tracking a hair. You see the hair track?
Oh,
The long back one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hair.
I'm not an idiot.
And there's a fox following because foxes tend to, what they tend to do when they walk in the snow is you tend to see 3 spots as opposed to
It kicks
2
the
or
leg.
4.
So it was tracking
Because
the
it
hare.
puts its foot in one of it puts the foot in one of the other slots.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll go in its front 2 and then its back ones it'll try its best to put it
Yeah.
into the previous slot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's a fox trick.
Oh, okay.
Whereas there's a bit of drag on that, which is why I'm going to go Wolverine on that one.
That was cool.
Definitely snowshoe.
You see an nail right there?
No,
we saw
Because you never,
Yeah.
never go right over the track.
That's crazy, that, isn't it?
Try to keep down
Yeah.
wind or whatever it is.
In the Arctic at minus 33 temperature, sorry, 33.3. All the decimals count for how cold it's been. So this stove is, I don't know if you can see it on the front, the Fault Oven Stoves. Picked it up on eBay for about half the price. It was a good bargain. And it is a beast. It really is. It pumps out tons of heat. We're in quite a small tent, so we really feel it. We've got to crack the door open and let the minus 16, 17 temperatures that we've got at the minute in to combat it, because it is immense. So from top to bottom, so feet fold up so that it fits into its bag nice and neat, but then the feet are actually curved so they can, and they've got teeth on so that they can sit on logs and not move, so which is really handy. Keeps it nice and stable. Okay, so then this door, if I've just got to put my burger down because I'm just eating at the minute. This door comes down like this so you can get it in. Now the difference between this one, so I had a Frontier stove and I had this one as well, and the difference between is every time you open the door in the Frontier stove, smoke just billowed out of it. It was crazy. It was absolutely awful. And this one, you open the door up, but because the drawer is that good, nothing comes out, and you can close it all the way up. Sorry, man, you can come in. You close it all up, and it's got this little gap at the bottom for it to draw. There's hardly any ash left. We've not had any problems with any smoke coming out, any heat loss, any leakages or anything. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'd really recommend Fault Oven Stoves. Yeah, you can talk. Yeah, go on, Matt. What do you think of it?
So I just wanted to say that this is a great stove, especially with the additions of hoops on the bottom of the feet to lock them into logs and everything. But this stove has been performing fantastically, even with a jury-rigged steel foil flue on it.
Yeah.
So this stove is ace.
Yeah, it would have been too a bit too heavy, a bit too hard to manage to bring the actual stovepipe pieces. But then Matt had this. Is it shim steel? Shim steel roll-up pipe. That is really easily transportable on the plane. but it was slightly smaller than the actual diameter of the pipe. So we had to do a bit of jiggery pokery around to get the right size rings. But even with that, there's been no smoke, nothing coming out of any of the folds, any of the little gaps that are in there, because the draw is that efficient. It's just going straight up and out. So really can't fault it. It comes with this this side plate as well that just hooks on. It can hook onto either side. Really handy for hanging tongs from or putting pans on, just to stay warm. So yeah, can't rate it enough. It's really been fantastic, dead easy. Some of the other guys have had problems with their stoves while they've been here, and we have to say we've not had one single problem. So yeah, thumbs up for Fortsoven. And today I just want to talk about clothing. Just before I do, so at the minute it's only -10, which is nothing. It's been down to -33, but -10 feels so much warmer, and it's crazy because if I was back in the UK and it was -10, I'd be freezing, and it's just a different cold in the UK because it's so much wetter. When it snows and it gets in your clothes and you get wet, it's a lot colder out here. It's drier. They always say it's like a desert, and that's why you need to drink so much, and that's why you lose so much water, because every time you breathe out, you're expelling moisture out of your body, and every time you breathe in, you've got to humidify that air, because the air is so dry, because it's all frozen. There's no air, there's no moisture in the air. Why was I talking about that? -10. Oh yeah, because of the temperature. Yeah, so yeah, it's crazy. So it may seem like I'm wrapped up, but I've just done this so I couldn't talk to you about kit. I would have stayed in the tent, but it's dark in there, and I think you'd much rather see this beautiful land that I'm in instead of the back of the tent. So I did a previous video on kit, which was a bit, I suppose, preemptive, because I hadn't actually been out yet, and I don't want to do a review without actually testing things out. Saying that though, I have stuck to well, a lot of the kit that I originally talked about in that video. But anyway, let's start from the bottom. So we could do feet to head, or we could just do base. Yeah, well, let's start with feet. So on my feet I have got Fox Outdoors pack boots. They have got the winter liners in. I also have a pair of British Army mucklucks, which also have a pair of wool felt liners in. Stepped off the track there for a second. You've got to stay on the track or else you go in waist deep. So the liners for both the pack boots and the mucklucks are interchangeable. So while one of them is drying, you can be wearing the other, and you can keep your feet warm. The difference between the two, so your pack boots, the pack boots I find warmer, the mucklucks I find more comfortable to wear, which sounds strange because you think the warm ones are more comfortable, but the pack boots are heavier. Mucklucks are simply a canvas boot, so they breathe, so any moisture that gets built up in your feet from exerting yourself can be passed out. So you can only use them though in really cold conditions, because if you use them in wet conditions, then if they can expel moisture, then they can absorb moisture. So it needs to get, I think the guys were saying maybe below, I'd even think -10. One of the guys was wearing his mucklucks today, -10, and the snow melted a bit on them, and he had to dry them out. So I think they said maybe -15 is kind of perfect. Anything lower than -15 is your perfect temperature for mucklucks. And mucklucks are what the traditional groups, Sami, Venk, they're going to, well, that's what they wear, but not British Army ones. They make their own, which are a lot nicer. So yeah, I have those on my feet. I'm wearing the pack boots at the minute. I have enough pairs of British Army wool socks for each day, so that I can have a nice dry pair on each day because I don't want any build up of moisture, freezing, and I like nice dry pairs when I'm going to bed. So that's my feet. There we go. Got packed boots. Working my way up. Okay. Okay. Base layers for my legs. I'm gonna give a shout out to Aldi. So Aldi, I've tried your merino wool base layers down in -33 conditions, and they're amazing. They're absolutely brilliant. They wick away moisture like they need to, and they keep me warm, and they keep me dry, and they keep me smelling all right. I mean, after a few days, yes, you are going to smell, but wool has a great benefit of is it antibacterial type thing, so you don't smell as much. So Aldi, your merino wool base layers, I have been using. Some of the other guys have been using them as well. They are fantastic. Now, they're not the only base layers I've been using. I've been using Wool Power as well. Sometimes at the same time, if it does get really cold, or if I'm going into bed. Sometimes instead of, because I want to change my layers up, dry some off, or just a fresh pair on. So they're not the only ones you've been using. To be fair, it was a bit of a, not a risk, but it was a, let's see how good they actually are. But yeah, Aldi, you get a thumbs up from all of us here. Merino wool base layers, Aldi, nice and not too cheap, but cheaper than your Wool Power and other top brands. So if you're looking for a pair of base layers and you're on a budget, then Aldi are the ones to go for. So excellent. So continuing with legs. So I've had Aldi's base layers. I've had a pair of merino wool, Wool Power merino wool 400s, I think they are, as a kind of top up one, but I have mostly just been in my Aldi base layers and then my top pants, which I'll talk about in a second. It's only when it got down to -33 for bedtime I put the Wool Power leggings on as well. My top layer is a pair of Kraghopper, see those Kraghopper Kiwi fleece lined pants. They are excellent. You can brush the snow off them. They're fleece lined, so they're nice and warm. And so for most of the days out here when it's been -20, -25, I've just been in my Aldi base layer pants and my Kraghopper Kiwi fleece lined pants, and I've been absolutely fine. Your legs, you do need to worry about them, but you don't need to worry about them as much. As long as your extremities and your core are warm, then your legs are going to sort themselves out. So we've done feet, we've done legs, onto top now. So I had an Aldi merino wool base layer top as well, which is fantastic, and then I had a Wool Power 200 top. I had a Wool Power 600 top as well. So the 200, so the Wool Power 200 and the Aldi ones, I've not been wearing them at the same time. They kind of do the same job, but Wool Power, like they're slightly thicker, slightly nicer, slightly more comfortable. But as far as the itch, everyone's worried about the itch. We all know that merino wool is a lot softer. Wool Power is extremely soft, and I've not had any itches at all. Aldi base layers, again, not had any itch. You think because they're cheaper they're going to compromise on comfort, but absolutely not. They're keeping me warm. I did a video previously showing them wicking away moisture. It's very clear when it's out here, because wicking away moisture, the moisture wants to come away out of your layers and then it freezes. So I did a video on actually seeing these little wispy white, they almost look like hairs coming out of my layers, and they're doing the job. They are moving the moisture away from the body, so they're fantastic. I can't fault them. So then I've had a Wool Power 600, which is a zip up top, and that's kind of been like a nice jumper to put on. I've had a thick jumper that I got from the charity shop. Wool is king. Everyone says wool is king. If you're coming out to really cold conditions, get yourself some wool. It doesn't have to be the most expensive ones. I think the most expensive wool was obviously the Wool Power ones, but the rest of my wool was from charity shops, because you can get it at a discounted price, and the older ones, the more tighter weave on them, and that's going to be warmer. So I've had that I've had a jumper, and that's been fantastic. So if it's got -33, I had my merino wool base layer, merino wool 600, my charity shop wool jumper, and then my snow smock, or my down jacket. So my down jacket is a mountain equipment one. It's actually underneath this right now. It's an old one I got off eBay, but it's down. I think it's a 900 fill. So it's nice and lofty, and that's been great. And then on top is this Swedish Army snow smock. Try and get a view of that. Okay, so it's been modified slightly. So this snow smock is one that used to open up all the way down. It's been sewn up about halfway so that it's more of a smock, and then it's still open at the top so that you can kind of vent some of the moisture, some of the warm air out. As I've put some nice cuff designs on them, and I've sewn a fox fur ruff, again charity shop. Okay, you want real fur as well. It's better at shedding snow and ice because it's tapered at the ends. Faux fur is all right, but it's not going to be as effective in snow and ice. So yeah, charity shop jumper, charity shop, they're great, absolutely great. So yeah, I've sewn up, put some nice designs on, put some patches on, but the biggest modification is sewing the fur ruff on, just to give you a bit of a microclimate when you put your hood up. It stops the wind getting to the back of your neck as well. It really is nice and comfy. So feet, pants, top, gloves. So if I just take my gloves off for a second, I have a pair of Decathlon merino wool base layer. I don't know why I keep on saying base layer. Decathlon well, gloves, the thin gloves, but they've got the I can use my phone with them as well, so I've been able to take pictures and take videos without having to expose my hands completely. And then these bad boys, these have been absolutely great. These are the Hestra Fault Guide gloves. They have a wool liner that can be removed so that you can dry them separately. Let me just put them back on. You can have a view of the trees while I'm doing that. So yeah, merino wool. Hestra Fault Guide gloves, absolutely the bee's knees. Really warm, and it's really useful to be able to still be able to use your fingers. So that's basically what I've been using my hands. I did bring mittens, but to be honest, I've not had to use the mittens at all. -33, and I was still in these. Yeah, I'd put my hands in my pocket as well, but I've not really had to put the mittens on at all. I've not felt the need. If I felt the need, I would have put them on. If my hands weren't warm enough, then I'd put them on, but I still brought them. Anyway, I'll show you those later in a picture update. But because I've not used them, I don't want to review them, because I don't want to say whether they've worked or not, because I've not really used them. So, and the last one is a fur trapper hat. So again, real fur, T-shankers, trapper hats. But just look around. If it says real fur, I think this one's rabbit fur. Real fur's your best bet. Super warm, and comfortable as well. I've not brought it out with me, but the other thing that I've had was a alpaca merino wool mix hat that was knitted for me by one of our members, Julie. She knitted us all those hats, and they've been super warm. Alpaca wool, a merino wool mix, absolutely bee's knees. So whenever I've not had this on, if it's been too warm to wear this, then I've just had that hat on. Apart from that, neck, I've had some buffs. This is just I think I've got like just a fleecy buff on, like a ski fleece buff. I've had a Wool Power merino wool neck, merino wool balaclava to wear for bed. But other than that, that's been about it. That's and it's been absolutely fine. Like I said, -33. Layering is the key, and it's said everywhere. If you're looking into cold weather survival, cold weather camping, they always say about layering. Layering is the way to go. Instead of just getting your big mothership, mothership as well, I'll show you that in a second. I'll go back over to the tent because that's an important one. But yeah, layering, instead of just having a t-shirt on and then putting your massive jacket on, well, you're going to be too warm as soon as you start working. It's all about being able to take layers off, put them back on when and as you need them. If you start building up a sweat, you just need to take one layer off and you're in a comfortable temperature. You don't want to be too hot, you don't want to be too cold, just right. Maybe on the cooler side, and then you know you're not getting too hot. But yeah, layering. So it's all about thinner layer, slightly thicker, thicker, and then a windproof smock that you can easily dry if it's getting snow, and that you can easily brush off, that doesn't really have any insulating properties that can be damaged by being wet or getting any ice or snow in them. So that's why we've got the smocks on the outside. But yeah, as I'm doing other videos, you'll see some of the other kit people are wearing. Everybody though, apart from Suzanne, has got a Swedish snow smock as their overlayer. They have gone up in price on eBay, but you can get the there's, I think, a version 1 was just a smock version. It didn't open up all the way. Version 2, which is less expensive, opens up all the way, but you can sew it up like this one has been done. So yeah, if you have any questions at all about any of the kits, any of the clothing, anything at all about how it's been used or the conditions, then please put some comments in below. I can answer them as much as I can about my kit. If you have any questions about any of the other kit you see, again, put the comments in and I can pass it on to the guys and get back to you. So yeah, honestly, this is my first time out here. I wish there were more videos out there that kind of took you through what type of clothes you had to wear, because a lot of them were saying, oh, you have to buy this, you have to buy this, the top of the range stuff. I don't think any of them have said you can go to charity shops and you can get wool, and wool is going to be your best bet. So honestly, if you have any questions, I really want to help anyone out as best as I can. Okay, well, just want to do a quick show of merino wool base layers. One of the major properties that you're looking out for is wicking of moisture, but how can you always tell that it's doing it? Well, when you're in the Arctic, in these temperatures, -20, -25 like we had this morning, it's quite clear. So if you do, you try to avoid exerting yourself as much as you can, because moisture build up, freezes and become cold. But in those instances where you do have to, like we've just been moving some logs on toboggan, loaded up the toboggans, moved some logs from one area to the main camp, you're going to build it up. So as you can see, all this white hair, it looks like hair, is actually the moisture coming out of the body through sweating. So I've got my base merino wool power base layer, and then the wool power 600 on top, zipper jumper, and it's coming through both. So then it's quite easy to just brush it off. So instead of the sweat staying within your layers and making you cold, it comes out to the surface and can be brushed off, and then you stay dry. You can see it on the neck buff as well. And even though my beard isn't merino wool, that isn't grey hair, that's moisture. I can feel it on my moustache, and I can even feel it, as much as you might not want to know this, in my snot. So my nostrils can really feel it there. So yeah, that's how you know that it's working. Even on the merino gloves as well, you can see it. There we go. And just to finish, this is our view on our Tuesday evening at around 4 o'clock. Or is it 5 o'clock now? Let me see. Oh no, 4:30. Yeah, sun setting, 4:30. out in Arctic Finland in the boreal forest. And there's the camp. Oh, it is beautiful out here. Predictions for tonight, -30. That'll be fun. We'll see how it goes. Maybe some northern nights, because that is a one clear sky as well. So I mean, as much as the how beautiful the northern lights were last night, I may even get to see it even more clearer, if that's possible. I'll make sure to take some pictures and video it. All right, see you soon.
Truly a hobbit. You're constantly snacking. Just
Yeah.
What is that? What's that, Chris?
Dorito, like,
Oh, I'm alright, Tom. Just constantly snacking.
in Finland, Swedish torches are called Finnish torches.
Yeah.
It is nice and warm actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my biggest, not worries, but just questions when first coming out to the Arctic was going to the toilet. Not a number one, but going for a number two. So I've done it in the woods before, leaning up against a tree. Yeah, it's not the nicest, but you can do it. But the question was about wiping, and I'm sorry if this is a bit too much information, but normally from in the woods you can get biodegradable wipes, so that if you want to leave them, they're gonna kind of decompose. Obviously you can bag it up, the wipes as well, and take it with you, not a problem. Out here though, baby wipes will freeze. They'll become a block of baby wipes instead of individual ones. Tissue paper, yeah, that's all right, but it's not going to decompose fast enough. So when this snow eventually melts and thaws, you're just going to have a pile of tissue paper, and that's not what you want to do. You can burn it as well. That is an option. But one thing that the guys were going on about were snow wedges. Which are these? Let me show you. So they look a bit like a snowball, but then they have a kind of central ridge going up the middle. And I'm sure you can guess what they said to use them for, and they are for wiping. And my brain starts going, well, hang on, is this just a kind of hazing activity, like, oh, first time out here, let's tell them you need to wipe your ass with snow? So it took me a while to kind of bite the bullet and go for it. I'm thinking, I don't want to be touching any part of myself with a snowball. It's going to be freezing if I've got my pants around my ankles as well. But bit the bullet, had a go, and all of the words that they used to describe it, refreshing and well, fresh and relieving, were absolutely right. So the general gist is you wipe your most of it away with snow wedges. You throw the snow wedge in the ground and you bury it afterwards, and it's absolutely fine, because what you leave will decompose a lot faster than any like tissues some people may choose to leave. And they were absolutely great. So all you need to do is, before you sit down and do your business, you make a few snow wedges. Like I said, it's like a snowball, but then you've got this central ridge to make it easier to access. And yeah, you wipe away and drop them on the floor. And then the last couple of wipes you do are with your toilet paper, and then they are a lot easier and less foul to burn, so that you're not leaving any mess, anything left in the woods to be found when the snow eventually goes. So as far as a location, okay, something like this. Now this tree hasn't been used yet, but it's perfect. So it's got a bit of cover above you'd probably want to knock the snow off before you did squat down. But yeah, a tree like this, protected from any wind, any snow. Protected from any wind or snow falling, and you've got a nice backrest at the main trunk. So we'll go through here. So you can lean your back up against that, dig a hole, do your business, use your snow wedges, cover it up. Once you've covered it up with snow, then you simply get a twig, and you can do one of two things. Either stick it in the ground, and then that lets someone know that you have been there, or you can get 2 sticks and make a cross, and then again that lets people know not to start digging their own hole there, if you will. So yeah, not that anybody asked to be told how to go to the toilet in the Arctic, but just in case you were wondering, there you go. I'm sure that's going to be the only video on YouTube talking about snow wedges, because I did Google it. I was doing so much Googling and trying to find videos on snow wedges just to see if these guys were having me on, but no, they all swear by it, they all use it, and after using it myself, I completely get it. It is very refreshing, and you don't get that if you're going to touch yourself with some snow. You think, oh, it's going to be cold, but no, you don't have any feeling like that at all. It is quite nice, like they say, quite refreshing. So yeah, snow wedges. The snow has to be kind of in the right condition. If it's too powdery, it doesn't really stick together. But you can find some more compacted snow that's already easier to shape. And I can hear a drone coming above me. I think Matt's having a fly out. Where is he? Oh, it's there. It's quite a way away. But yeah, you can get pre-packed snow from snowshoeing. That's easier to mould for whatever you want it for. So there we go. There we go. That's it. We are heading out of camp, toboggans filled again, to make our way to the airport for an early baggage check-in. And what we decided was, on this last day, we were going to get a hotel for the last night, so that we could have a nice kind of, I suppose, dinner out. Sorry if the sun is making this impossible to see on the camera behind me. And we are going to go for a day in the local ski town of Levi. It wasn't on the original plan. The original plan was to stay at the camp until Saturday, which is when we fly out, Saturday evening, and then pack up. But this gives us some more kind of playing around time, making sure the bags are packed efficiently, well enough for the plane, because when you have all the time in the world at home, there we go, that's better. When you have all the time in the world at home, you can pack your bags quite well, and everything fits in nicely. When you're out on the ground packing up, you just want to get gone. You don't have enough time to pack it as well. So we've packed it as well as we can. We've got a hotel bag with some change of clothes, nice shower, so that we're not stinking out the plane when we leave Saturday evening. Because even though merino wool and wool in general is anti whatever the word is for, it doesn't smell after so many days of wearing it, even though you do change into other ones, it does start to smell a bit. So it'll be nice and fresh for the plane, because we've got another 6, 7, 8 hour layover at Helsinki. so we want to be as comfortable as we can. Hopefully I've shot everything that I was thinking of. Hopefully I've captured enough of it to get an idea of what it's been like. It has been absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Made some fantastic memories. Nope, the sun's there going the other side. Done some fantastic things, and it's just been made that much more special doing it with the guys and girls who are kind of like our tribe, our best friends. Just makes it that much more magical being out here. So yeah, I may do a bit of filming in Levy, or if we go out for food tonight, but that's going to be it from the camp. I hope you've enjoyed everything that you've seen. I hope that there's some bits of knowledge, wisdom, tips, skills that you might want to try and use in the future. It was actually interesting to hear Susanna. So Susanna, if you didn't know already, is a very prominent bushcraft YouTuber. Her YouTube name I think is Bushcraft Girl. She does a lot. She lives up in Germany. Does a lot of bushcraft in the is it Bavarian Alps, so the mountains around her. She's got, I think, something over 40,000 followers, subscribers, and her friend Seb, I can't remember his YouTube name, but again, he's a massive influence on YouTube as far as bushcraft is concerned. Susanna was saying that this is the only group she knows of who does things like these. Obviously there's groups or individuals who take you out and teach you how to survive in the Arctic. You can book on courses, absolutely. There's soloists who kind of do it in their back garden, the likes of, I know, Joe Robinette, to name a few. He's very fortunate to live in an area he can go and do solo stuff out. But as far as a group or a team of people, of friends who just go out not to stay at a course but just to practice their own skills as a group, as a team, this is the only one she knows of. If you guys know of any more, then feel free to let me know. But yeah, it was interesting to hear that. So the camp is way back there now, and we're just moving on to this side track up to the lay-by to grab a taxi to drop everything off. So like I said, hope you've enjoyed seeing everything. Hope it's been useful, and if you have any questions about any of the guys, about anything that you've seen, comment away and I'll help you out as much as I can. And yeah, it's been absolutely amazing, absolutely cracking adventure. We've already got plans to do it again next year, so already chomping at the bit to get back out here, and I'm definitely take you all along with us. So until next time, thanks for watching, and see you later.